7 tips for improving sales over video. Hello and welcome to Uncommon Insights, where you will learn uncommon and often counterintuitive ideas that will help to dramatically accelerate your sales success. So today's topic is about how to sell more effectively using video calls like Zoom and Skype and Microsoft Teams, WebEx, etc. For many, this is a new platform or a new way of interacting with customers. Personally, I've been selling over video since about 2010, and it's the next best thing to meeting somebody face to face. Research shows that when you meet with another human being face to face, whether you're having lunch or sat 4 feet across the table, there's a chemistry that happens that, of course, video can't replace. And I think it's the next best thing because it's a highly visual medium. So today what I want to share with you is 7 tips on how to improve the effectiveness of your selling over video. So, number 1, show up on time. The prepared prevail, right? So I would highly suggest that you turn up 5 minutes before your call so that you're ready, grounded and relaxed to take the call, or at least turn up on time. I was speaking to a sales leader of a very well-known multinational the other day, and he was bemoaning the fact that he was asked to join a sales call, and the salesperson who'd set up the meeting was about just under 10 minutes late. So he was having to do introductions and kick off the meeting with the client. That's not the way to start them off. Second of all, excuse me, I'm going to put my glasses on here. This is a list here. Smart casual is absolutely fine. Look, I'm recording with video, but I've got a smart check shirt on and it's a bit chilly, so I've got a jacket on. Showing up to your video calls with customers wearing a tatty old t-shirt with some slogan on from your youth isn't the way to impress. People do want to work with successful people, so at least turn up. Your hair's done, be shaven, etc. Number 3. As you'll see from this video, and I haven't done a particularly great job today, my head is 3/4 of the way, or should be at least 3/4 of the way up the screen, and yours should be as well when you're on video calls. You'd be surprised at how many calls I'm on, and the person I'm talking to is something like this, or their face is cut off. It's a simple matter of just tilting your laptop camera or your laptop to get in the frame properly, and it positions you as somebody of authority. Yeah, you're filling up the space. Psychologists would tell you that claiming space is a very, very powerful way of influencing others around you. So be mindful of where your head is placed in the video shot. Now, this is something that I really struggle with, and the umming and ahhing, of course, but is weaving back and forth or moving backwards and forwards. I'm slightly hard of hearing, so that when I'm on web calls sometimes and I haven't put my headphones in, people are talking and I'm leaning in like this and then leaning backwards or like that. It's a little bit awkward, or for the other party on the receiving end. So if, like me, I've got to get better at this too, put your earphones in so that you're not bobbing backwards and forwards and making the other person feel motion sick. Here's a corker. The other day I was on a call and I was talking to a salesperson, and while I was talking to them, their attention was focused over here. Yeah, they were talking and nodding, great. But I couldn't help wondering, what the heck are they looking at over there? What are they doing over there? Well, of course, the chap was typing on a screen, but I felt like he wasn't paying attention to what I was saying, and that's really disconcerting. So imagine what that's like when you're talking to a customer and you're faced off into the distance and they don't know what you're actually looking at or doing. Very simple. Say, hey, would you mind if I take notes during our conversation? I want to make sure that I capture everything accurately for you. And I'm just going to be looking over here to my right or your left, and please know that that's what I'm doing. Is that all right? Just ask permission for it, and then they'll know at least what you're up to. Tip number 6: begin your call with your end in mind. What do you want the other person to do or decide at the end of your time together? That's appropriate for where you are in the sales cycle. My end in mind intent for today is to mutually explore, and for you to decide that there's an opportunity here worth talking more about. Very, very simple example. Or if you're further on down the sales cycle, my end in mind is for you to decide which geography you'd like to pilot this solution in first, or not, for example. That's an end in mind further down there, but it frames the whole conversation and gives it some direction. Too often I'm seeing calls that are meandering, a bit of mix of introductions, a bit of mix of objective and agenda, and they really are loosey-goosey, and they tend to ramble. And finally, number 7 is to make sure to include all participants, particularly if they're people that you've not spoken with before. Yeah? You have no idea about what their agenda or their level of engagement is. Are they detractors? Are they supporters or whatever? So make a case in point of, first of all, preconditioning your meeting and knowing who's going to be turning up, and then very quickly just so should we do a quick round of introductions, your name, your role, and what would be a good use of your time today, or what do you want to achieve by the end of our time together, and capture that very quickly, and so that that during the course of your discovery or your storytelling, that you're hitting on the needs of all the participants. So there you are. There's my top 7 tips for running more effective video calls. If you or anybody else in your network that needs to have some additional external support, some advice, some mentoring and coaching, and you'd like to take your sales results to the next level, you know how to get in contact with me. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.